Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Rachie Reads. I'm excited to have you here today where we'll be talking about 3/5 by John Vercher. So this is a really heavy read, so prepare yourselves as you open this book to read it, but it's so worth the read and I'll tell you why. This book centers around Bobby, a biracial 22-year-old growing up in Pittsburgh in the mid-1990s during the O.J. Simpson trial. He is best friends with a guy named Aaron, who's white. He just got out of prison. So Aaron was a different guy when he went out into prison. He was what the book refers to as a wigger. And Aaron becomes essentially a neo-Nazi while he's in prison. And when he comes out, he's very different from the guy Bobby knew when he was growing up. Now, Bobby never actually told Aaron or anyone about his biracial identity. And Aaron involves him in a hate crime right after he gets out of prison. So Bobby is really pulling between those two sides of being black and being white, and also dealing with the fact that Aaron hates black people. So really tough, heavy book, but definitely worth it. My first top 3 thoughts is about the prison experience that Aaron tells us he went through. It's a brutal, awful experience that completely changed Aaron's personality. For good reason, there were several things he went through that were just really awful. So we learn a lot about that in the book, and it's really interesting perspective for those of us who are not really paying attention or not really understanding as much of what people can go through when they're in prison. Lots of awareness to that, for sure. My second top thought was Bobby passing for white. So Bobby is biracial, but he looks like he's white. So what we call that passing for white. And it's kind of really sad that Bobby was so ashamed of being mixed because he grew up without his black father. And he was taught by his racist grandfather how it's important to embrace the white side of things and think a certain way. So Bobby grew up in this very white-centric household that wasn't necessarily accepting of black people. And as a mixed person, I'm a mixed person as well, it can be difficult to deal with those two sides, even when you're in a very welcoming and open family. Just the racial identity aspect in itself can be difficult. My third top thought is editing. There were so many editing errors in this book and it pulled me out time and time again, unfortunately. But just look past it. I promise the rest of the book is worth it. So I did give this book a 4 out of 5 stars, mostly because of the editing errors. I would recommend this book to anyone doing race reading, anyone who wants to learn more about what it's like being biracial and white passing. Anyone who wants to read a little bit more about the prison experience and how that can change a person's personality, highly recommend to anyone, basically. I didn't have any quotes in this one, unfortunately, but I'm sure you'll find some when you read through the book. I've got a couple of new books on the to-be-read list. Come As You Are by Emily Nagoski and Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. Excited to dig into those. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to Rachie Reads.